just Meghan Markle's stage. We're expected to buy it. But she said she was in the trenches. She alludes to being in the trenches when she was in the British royal family. Girl, you lived in a castle. Like, you got a princess title. People were falling at your feet.
There are people who come in your life sometimes to be there for a season. They weren't meant to be there always. Sometimes we find ourselves hooked up with people that we think are there for a lifetime, but they were only supposed to be there for a season.
Y'all, the tea is so hot right now, it's practically brewing itself. The Duchess of Sussex just went full Karen mode on the man who literally saved her royal behind. And honey, the internet is not having it. Tyler Perry gave this woman a mansion, not a room, not an apartment, a mansion, and she's out here acting like he owes her something. The audacity is so thick, you could cut it with a butter knife and serve it at afternoon tea. But wait until you hear what she allegedly said to him when he wouldn't hand over his private jet.
Buckingham Palace has confirmed that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex will not be returning as working members of the royal family. Prince Harry and Meghan stepped down from royal duties.
So, Tyler Perry, bless this man's generous heart, opens up his Beverly Hills palace to Meghan and Harry back in 2020. We're talking about an $18 million mansion, people. $18 million. Meanwhile, most of us are out here celebrating when we find a parking spot that doesn't cost $15 an hour, and this man just hands over the keys to his castle like he's lending out a Netflix password. But here's where it gets spicy. Tyler didn't just give them the house. Oh, no. This man paid for their security, covered their utilities, and probably restocked their toilet paper when they ran out. The man was basically their fairy godfather, except instead of a pumpkin carriage, he gave them a multi-million-dollar estate with a panic room. And you know what Meghan and Harry did to thank him after they signed those Netflix and Spotify deals worth millions? They ghosted him faster than your Tinder date after they see your real personality.
Meghan Markle recently said that you reached out to her and said, come, you can live in my home.
Yeah, it was a very difficult time for them. And what I know about the two of them, and I wish the world knew how much they love these two people love each other. They found each other in
the disrespect is so astronomical. NASA is studying it. But the private jet incident? Oh, honey. That's where this story goes from ungrateful to absolutely unhinged. So Meghan calls up Tyler one day. And remember, this is after. She's been living rent-free in his mansion for months. And she asks for his private jet. Not, can I please borrow, or would it be possible? She straight up asked for it like she's asking for the television remote. The woman really said, can we use your jet? With the same energy as asking for extra ketchup packets at McDonald's. Tyler pauses, and let me be clear, he didn't even say no, he just paused. And this woman snapped. She accused him of backing out, of abandoning their shared mission. Shared mission? What shared mission? The mission to bankrupt Tyler Perry? The mission to see how many favors one person can ask for before spontaneously combusting from embarrassment? Tyler later told his friends, and I'm paraphrasing here because I don't want to get sued, requests became demands, and I realized this wasn't gratitude, it was greed. Greed! The man said what we were all thinking. But wait, it gets worse. At the 2023 BET Awards, Tyler had enough of playing nice guy.
For my help, some of y'all know the rest. I just wanted to come on and just tell everybody, just be as calm as you can.
Tyler Perry walked onto that BET Awards stage in 2023 and delivered what can only be described as a masterclass in passive-aggressive shade throwing. This man didn't shout, didn't curse, didn't even raise his voice. He just calmly said, some folks borrow blessings like they're owed, but never return the favor. The silence in that audience was deafening. You could hear a pin drop, a cricket chirp, or a royal protocol being violated in the distance. Everyone knew exactly who he was talking about. Tyler didn't need to say Meghan's name. He basically served her a subpoena disguised as a speech. And the best part? He told this story about offering someone his home, his help, and his heart, and how they disappeared once they got back on their feet.
Meghan Markle is in crisis after a series of epic disasters, including the total failure of her tell-all interview with Emma Grede, allegations against her BFF and Lilibet's godfather, no less, Tyler Perry, and now this from her allies at People magazine, her favorite publication, which has gone public on Kate's summer of strength, writing, "There are some major shifts coming. As Princess Kate privately rebuilds after a year of cancer treatment, she's stepping out with a new purpose and the poise of a queen in waiting. Nothing's working." And People magazine, which she has just spent the past 2 years coveting, has decided to become Team Catherine all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see how things are shifting continually, always shifting to the downfall. Meghan can't ever seem to climb up to get above all the things that are happening to her, and anything that she does will continually fail. She cannot seem to rise above all the backlash that she gets. And I personally, Dan, believe it is going to continue to happen and get worse until she is able to make a reckoning for all the horrible things that she has done. No one's going to give her grace. No one's going to give her a real opportunity to shine the way she thinks she should be shining, because there is this immense amount of negativity that Meghan created off of the back of the late queen. And I think Meghan hasn't realized the strength, the power that the late queen had, because this is the reason how she treated the late queen and how she treated the royal family. People will never forget, but Meghan wants to keep trying, like people should just take this as a new moment and let her shine. It will never, ever, ever happen. She has done horrible things to a very powerful and beloved woman of the monarchy. She cannot move forward, ever. It's just not going to happen. But it is so fun to watch this happen because we see the payback now. The payback is how you are going to be received forever until you make a reckoning. So yeah, we love it. And it will happen continually.
The man basically turned the Bet Awards into his personal therapy session, and we were all here for it. But Meghan's response to all this drama? Radio silence louder than a library at midnight. Now here's where Meghan really shows her true colors. When Tyler Perry gets hit with a massive lawsuit in 2025, we're talking $250 million. Where is the Duchess of Sussex? Nowhere to be found! This is the same woman who had no problem letting Tyler become her daughter's godfather. The same woman who appeared in Netflix documentaries talking about his generosity. But when is it time to show some loyalty back? She pulls a Houdini act so smooth, even magicians are taking notes. The woman disappeared faster than my motivation on Monday mornings. She's nowhere to be seen, nowhere to be heard from. Complete radio silence. And you know what the real kicker is? She's out here posting Instagram videos of herself running on beaches, writing 2025 in the sand like she's some sort of motivational guru. Ma'am, your friend is getting sued for more money than some country's GDP, and you're out here making sand art? The tone deafness is so loud, it's breaking sound barriers. This isn't Meghan's first rodeo when it comes to strategic vanishing acts. This woman has a PhD in ghosting people when supporting them becomes inconvenient. Her charity gala got postponed due to civil unrest. Convenient timing when you're trying to avoid questions about Tyler Perry, don't you think? And when people criticized her Netflix cooking show because apparently having no culinary training while teaching people to cook is somehow controversial, you know what she said? This is a thing in 2025. The audacity. She's acting shocked that people expect competence from someone teaching them how not to burn down their kitchen. Her popularity ratings are dropping faster than my bank account after Christmas shopping. In Britain, only 20% of people like her. 20%. That's lower than the approval rating for airplane food. But here's the part that really shows you who Meghan Markle truly is. When asked on a podcast what she would change about public perception, Meghan said, "I would ask people to tell the truth." The truth? Ma'am, the truth is that you lived in a man's mansion for free, used his resources, took his generosity, and then ghosted him when you got rich. The truth is that when he needed support, you were nowhere to be found. The woman really thinks the problem is everyone else's perception, not her actions. She's living in an alternate reality where taking advantage of people's kindness is normal friendship behavior. Meanwhile, Tyler Perry is out here being a real one, defending himself with class while she's playing hide and seek with accountability. And the best part, Hollywood is backing away from her projects faster than people run from spoilers on social media. Test screenings for her shows are getting worse reviews than a restaurant that serves expired milk. Investors are pulling out left and right because nobody wants to be associated with someone who treats generosity like a subscription service they can cancel at any time.
It's like a web, an absolute web, with whatever direction, you know. And as for Tyler Perry, the people are believing these ticks because he's connected to Meghan Markle. People are looking for the bad, and the bad seem to align themselves with the bad, and the good connect with the good, you know. So I just it's a royal mess.
Netflix executives are reportedly freaking out because even her core fan base isn't interested anymore. Her podcast got delayed until 2025. And honey, we all know that's code for we're hoping people forget about this mess by then. Multiple sources say Hollywood investors are running away from Meghan associated projects like they're running from a zombie apocalypse. One producer literally withdrew support from a Netflix pitch just hours after Tyler's BET Awards comments. Hours! This person heard Tyler's speech and immediately called their assistant like, cancel everything. I don't want to be involved in something that feels this toxic. And you know what? Good for them. Why would anyone want to invest in someone who has a track record of using people and then disappearing when it's time to show some loyalty? It's like investing in a company that promises to pay you back when they feel like it. The entertainment industry might be full of drama, but they're not stupid about business.
Meghan Markle is in crisis after a series of epic disasters, including the total failure of her tell-all interview with Emma Grey, allegations against her BFF and Lilibet's godfather, no less, Tyler Perry.
Here's the ultimate irony in all of this. Meghan spent years complaining about how the royal family treated her, talking about being in the trenches while living in actual palaces. But when someone showed her real kindness, real generosity, real friendship with no strings attached, she treated them worse than she claims the royals treated her. Tyler Perry gave her everything she needed when she was at her lowest point, and she repaid him by treating his generosity like it was owed to her. The man literally saved their lives, gave them sanctuary, and became family to them. And when he needed just a little bit of that energy back, she was busier than a one-legged cat in a sandbox, but somehow too busy to show up for him. The woman who preached about kindness, compassion, and authenticity showed us exactly who she is when nobody's watching. And honey, what we saw wasn't pretty. But Tyler Perry, that man handled this whole situation with more class than a finishing school graduation ceremony. When Tyler Perry got hit with that lawsuit, his response was swift, decisive, and absolutely professional. His legal team came out swinging, calling the allegations fabricated and basically saying Tyler will not be shaken down. Meanwhile, Meghan was probably somewhere practicing her beach running for Instagram content. Tyler maintained his dignity throughout this entire mess. He didn't throw tantrums, didn't post cryptic Instagram stories, didn't give tell-all interviews. He handled his business like the billionaire mogul he is, while Meghan was out here acting like a reality television star who just got their contract canceled. And that's the difference between someone who built their success through hard work and someone who married into relevance. Tyler Perry knows how to handle adversity because he's been through it. Meghan crumbles at the first sign of criticism because she's used to everything being handed to her on a silver platter, sometimes literally, considering she was an actual princess for a minute there. So here we are, watching this drama unfold like the world's most expensive soap opera. Meghan Markle, the woman who had everything, a prince, a title, a platform to change the world, threw it all away because she couldn't handle being anything less than the center of attention. And when someone showed her genuine kindness, she treated it like a business transaction. Tyler Perry's BET Awards speech wasn't just shade and edgery. It was a masterclass in how to call someone out without actually calling them out. The man basically said, "Some of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about," and left it at that. Pure genius. Meanwhile, Meghan's out here probably wondering why her phone isn't ringing for new opportunities. Ma'am, it's because you burned more bridges than a military demolition team. You showed Hollywood exactly who you are when the cameras stopped rolling, and they didn't like what they saw. The moral of this story? Don't bite the hand that literally housed, fed, and protected you. Don't mistake someone's kindness for weakness. And definitely don't think you can ghost someone who helped you when you were down and expect no consequences. Tyler Perry will be fine. The man's a billionaire with a work ethic that built an empire. But Meghan, Well, let's just say her next Netflix documentary might be titled How I Lost Friends and Alienated People, a masterclass in self-sabotage. And that, folks, is how you turn generosity into your greatest enemy and kindness into your biggest regret. Sometimes the most damaging thing you can do is show people exactly who you are when you think nobody's watching. Because, honey, we're all watching now.